I hate that people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with the survive through the weekend. I hate that people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with the survive through the weekend.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cannon, and we are back. We back today. I got a special guest today. We got my man Big Ounce in the building. What's up, Big Ounce?
What's poppin', everybody? How you doing, Cannon, today?
Man, I can't call it. We just look, man. It's a pleasure to get you on the show. I know we had a little scheduling conflict, but we both been busy. You got some stuff going on, and I want you to, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, bro. My name Big Ounce. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm coming up from Boise, Idaho. Born, not raised. I spent a lot of times traveling my life, but I spent a lot of time in Nevada. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. I guess coming up wasn't really ideal for me, I guess, but I got my with my moms and my dad's being hooked on drugs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to navigate as a youngster, um, with that involved. I guess it was a lot of abandonment and stuff going on. So that's why we did a lot of traveling. You know what I mean? It's just been from home to home, school to school, and eventually it was. I didn't see him very often. You know what I mean? Eventually it was. I had to be the one to take care of my siblings, and which there were five of us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I mean, I come from a a pretty big family. It just there was not a whole lot of support during those times. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I guess like music through this whole thing, kind of, I don't know. It just kind of been my outlet to resonate with and understand like where my path kind of is in the moment. Like I really listened to a lot of Eminem at the time, I guess it was, because it was early 2000s, kind of mid there. But I listened
Mhm.
to a lot of his 90s stuff, you know what I mean? I kind of resonated with like his first LP album was crazy, you know what I mean? With his mom's, being all abusive like that. And I kind of related to all that. And which got me into a lot of other hip hop like Dre, Dre was dope, you know what I'm saying? But I resonated with that kind of music though, and it kind of set me in on a clear path of like there ain't I'm not like the only person that was going through these kind of struggles, you know what I mean? I wasn't going through this by myself. So I
Right.
felt good about that, you know what I'm saying? So it helped me kind of lead my way and then raise my siblings kind of on my own with my parents in and out of my life. And eventually, man, we was just out on the street, you know what I'm saying? We had no home and we didn't know where our parents was. And my grandpa kind of like he had my auntie come like search for us, and I was
Mhm.
like hiding us into like train track buildings, abandoned buildings and stuff behind inside of like trucks, inside abandoned cars. Like I was just trying to do everything I could, and then you know how that go. Like one thing lead to another, and you got to find some money to feed your people. You know what I'm saying? So I dropped out of school and that's just kind of where my life went there for a long time, just to make sure that they was all right. I didn't care about mines. You know what I mean? Mines was always going to be whatever it was going to be. So I figured that was life that was for me. I didn't have any, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's a little bit about me right there.
That's what I like to hear. And I'm not saying I like to hear it because of the rough spots that happen, but because the transparency, and then just from a creative standpoint, like, I can see how those hardships could help design the sound for your music. So that's deep right there. I appreciate you for opening up about that. But I
Yeah.
got to rewind just a little bit. How
Okay.
long did you spend in Idaho?
So bro, I was born in Nampa, Idaho. I was up to like I was there up till like my fifth grade year, and I moved to Nevada. Now I moved to this town called Tonopah, a little tiny, tiny, tiny town. Man, I hated it. It was like the worst thing. Racist ass people. They didn't like me because my name was, you know what I mean. My name's Jose. So they didn't like that, you know what I mean? And I have light skin, so I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't fit in very well. Um, so I did some bad shit because I couldn't get out of the mentality that I was already in. I done some bad shit when I went into middle school. So I was there for all the way up until my sixth grade year. My mom finally came back into my life, and I was kind of weary about that. But I ended up breaking into some like Elks Lodge, and I wanted to party with all the bigger kids. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't relate to anybody my age because I already been through too much shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They didn't understand me. So when I was at that middle school age, I related more with like adults and people that were about to graduate high school. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I thought I'd be the cool one and break into this Elks Lodge and steal all this alcohol. I stole about $1,500 worth of alcohol. And so my mom's finally came back and said, "Oh, well, we're gonna bring you back to Idaho." I'm like, "What? Why? What? There ain't nothing there for me. There was never nothing there for me." So she did anyway, and things got worse. You know what I mean? Things was just worse from there. I went back to my old family out there, and I stayed there until I want to say I was 14. Back again for another like couple years, and then I finally I ran away. I just took off. You know, I couldn't be there no more. It was drugs. It was violence, and it was my life. My life was on the line. You know what I mean? So I just had got myself into a little situation where I shouldn't have been, and I had to go. I had to go. And so I did, and my grandpa he took me in, and I stayed in Nevada for the rest of my time there, up until I was like si- 16, I believe. But yeah, bro,
Okay, so you said your name was Jose. So do you have Hispanic heritage?
I'm Mexican, bro. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So so you a light skinned Mexican.
bro. Look at me. I'm the lightest. I'm a pinto bean, pink motherfucker.
That's funny because when you said your name was Jose, I was thinking like, okay, but it makes sense. I can hear the tone, but yeah, that's real. So in Idaho, isn't that where they make potato? Like, isn't that where they
Bro, I
grow
get that
potatoes?
so much, bro. I get that so much. Yeah, they do make potatoes there, and there are some farms there. But when I was growing up in that town, Nampa, Idaho, it was bad, bro. Like there are spots in Nampa that you don't go in because people know like it's dangerous. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to walk around out there being any other color but brown. You know what I mean? It's just it's real bad news out there, but I don't think it's like that anymore now. But when I was growing up, it was pretty rough out there,
So they
man.
had the trenches out there in Idaho, man. Oh,
Bro,
so
I
it's gang.
tell you.
So I'm assuming there's gangs out there.
Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, MS-13 North. Yeah, they got all that, like all the
So it's a
Mexican
lot of
gangs.
Hispanic gangs in Idaho.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Okay, I always thought that was where a lot of white people lived.
that too, man. They got the racist gangs out there too. That be out there KKK in it too, man. It's crazy.
That's deep. See, you learn something new every day. I would have never known. Idaho gang banging, but I can see where but anywhere where there's people that gotta, I guess, build a alternative form of a family, you gonna have somebody, looking out for them. So
Yeah.
um that's deep. Now I know you mentioned that you listened to Eminem growing up because you could identify with some of his struggles, and then subsequently your family had similar struggles. Do you believe that's what really kind of got you into the music scene?
Yeah, bro. I think like I'm gonna be really honest with you, bro. Like I had a lot of hate in my heart. You know what I mean? So I listened to a lot of hate music. You know what I'm saying? All that hate stuff.
Mm.
So it was like Eminem, and it was like Corn. You know what I mean? I listened to that
Oh
hard
yeah,
metal
corn.
stuff,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I get down on that, bro. Like I used to just, man, like 24/7 Eminem, Corn, and it was Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying? All
Hmm.
them, and I don't know. Like I just had this like, if music could move me in such a way, I wonder if like I wrote music, if I could like, get all these feelings out
Hmm.
and be okay with myself, you know what I mean? So I did. I was writing music there for a little bit. I started when I was like I started when I was like 12, though. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
wrote my first song. I think I was like 11 or 12, and it was called "Cradle to the Grave," bro. Like the
Mm,
movie, it was called "Cradle to the Grave." But this was before the movie came out, and I wrote a whole ass song, and I showed it to my mom's, and she said like, she didn't even. I don't even know if she wrote it, read it or not, bro. But I know she remembered the title though, because when that movie came out the next year, she said, "Oh my god, my son's song, this Cradle to the Grave," and I was like. And I didn't think of nothing of it because I was young, you know what I'm saying? But she thought it was crazy, and I'm like, I don't know. But I started writing at that age, and I kind of stopped like at 14 because I was going through so much, you know what I mean? And that's actually where I really got into drugs as well, you know what
okay.
I mean? Because that's all I knew, That's what I was growing up with and how to handle the situation, you know what I mean? My dealings was through was drugs. That was a newfound way for me, and it wasn't the best, but yeah.
Now, how did you get the name Big Ounce?
Big ounce. That was a construction work thing, bro. So I built bridges for like 5, 6 years. I
Okay.
was a concrete worker, and I had these fools when I first got on there. They thought I was, because I'm a big dude,
Mm,
They thought I was gonna be slow and fat, and they were gonna fire me right away. But they were like, they saw me working, and they were like, "Oh, look at this fool go! Dang, look at him work!" You know what I mean? And
mm-hmm.
they showed me a picture. They said, "Bro, you look just like this cat on YouTube." And it
That's
was
funny.
this fat, this big old. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but this big old kid who was like the something gangster, like Big Ounce. That's you, dog. And so they were making fun of me, but I embraced it. You know what I mean? I embraced it. I said, okay, I'm gonna run with that then. I'm gonna call it Big Ounce, and I gave it a meaning. I gave it a real meaning. You know what I mean? And so I put abbreviations on it, and it stands for One United Nation, collaborating with everybody.
Okay. And one United Nation collaborating with everybody. So Big Ounce is an acronym.
It's an
And then,
acronym.
so how, being a Mexican rapper, did you receive a lot of critiques about that, or was it a lot of people embracing it?
Nah, bro. Yeah, I did at first, like when I was first doing my things, because I went to Washington and did my thing out there too. I went to
Like
Job Corps for like
Washington State or Washington D.C.?
Washington State.
Okay, see, like
Yeah, so I
Seattle
was
and all that. Okay.
Yeah, I was out in SeaTac, Seattle, you know what I mean, up in that area. I did Job Corps for like 2 years, but I would go on my leave because I was trying to figure out, if I wanted a vocation or whatever, you know what I mean. We're just trying to figure out my life at that time. But I would go out on my weekend leaves, and I would hit the streets, and I would see all the homies, they'd be gathered up doing the freestyles. And
Mhm.
so I would get in there, and sometimes I would get beat up. I don't know. Sometimes I'll get beat up. Sometimes I get booed out. But I didn't care. I still went and did my thing. And eventually, people, they started recognizing me a little bit. They started recognizing me and being okay with what I was doing. You know what I mean? But I think
Mhm.
because of the community it was, and my light skin. You know what I mean? They weren't really accepting that, but that's okay.
So was it predominantly because when you think of Seattle and Washington State, is there a lot of black people there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay, so black and brown is pretty much in all the places where we don't give it credit. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Baltimore, so although I've been Vegas, California, some of the Midwest, I've never been to Seattle, and the people that I know from Washington State, yeah, everybody I know from Washington State is white. So that's good to know. And
Yeah,
it's like a
bro.
outdoorsy type of town. Everybody like what hiking and
They,
stuff
they
like
got a
that.
they got a lot of recreational areas out there because
Right.
we got a lot of mountains out here. But yeah, a lot of a
Oh,
lot of
you in
folks.
Seattle now?
No, 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 no. I'm just saying in the West Coast in
Oh,
general.
okay, got you,
In the
got you,
West
got
Coast
you,
in
got
general, it's just a lot of mountain areas, so there's a lot of recreational out this way. So, but yeah, no, I live in Cedar City now. I live in this yeah, it's a smaller town, but it's nice, man.
you. Is
I
it
like it
Vegas?
better.
That's Nevada.
No, that's Utah.
Oh, you correct.
I'm
Utah.
out here. I'm
I've
out
been
here
there
messing with the
before too.
Mormons, bro.
Out there with the Mormons. I've been out there too. Y'all
Yeah,
got good food out there. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was shocked when
bro. They
I went
got.
out there for work years ago. I worked for Hewlett Packard for a while, and I
Mhm.
did my training in Utah, and food was pretty good. It's a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, yeah. I
And the
gotta say they do
landscape
have
is
a
real
mix.
nice, like wallpapers, you know.
Yeah, the landscaping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, the scenery is always,
It's beautiful
green,
out there. I'm not even
beautiful
gonna lie,
mountains. So yeah, it's real nice, man. It makes you want to get away, from the busy life.
for
It's nice
sure.
out here. I love it.
Now, as you were talking about, because I listened to a lot of what you said, you were talking about growing up your grandfather. How big a part did he play in your life?
Huge, man, huge. Cause like before him, you know what I mean. I didn't have much that was taught to me either than you take what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody talk to you. Don't let nobody say nothing to you bad. And if they do, beat them up. You don't have to work for
Mm-hmm.
nothing. You just get it. You go get it. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize that life was actually you had to work for everything that you earn. You know what I mean? I didn't know nothing
Mm-hmm.
about earning things. You know what I mean? So when it came to my grandpa, like he played a big role in my life and taught me the real work ethic. That man was a 9 to 9. You know what I mean? Like he was a real working man, and he worked the mines. He worked the gold mines out in Nevada for
Mm.
like 40 some years, man. But he would always like he had 20 acres of land and he had trees. Like we would always be building like water irrigation for him. We'd always be out there pulling weeds, you know what I mean? He would just be really showing us the work ethic and how to earn. And once we like got up to like whatever days, he would go out and buy us something, you know what I mean? We'd go out of town, we go to Las Vegas and go shopping or something, you know what I mean? So it really was worth it and made it seem like, yeah, this is how you really live. Like you got to work for everything you earn. And I really appreciated that because in life now, I feel like I have really good work ethic. Like anything I do, I'm just like I'm fully with it. You know what I mean? I'm like it's all or nothing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate that man for doing what he did in my life. Yeah.
Did he ever get to hear your music?
Nah, we talk about just last month was talking. I had and I need to, I don't know, and I think most people do this, but I need to get back on the phone and talking with him because I sometimes don't be getting hold of my family members that really care, you know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
should be. I should be because they're the ones who made the biggest implication in my life, you know what I mean? So
For sure.
I really should be getting and reaching out more often. But the last time we talked, he said that he was proud of me, you know what I mean? But I don't think he listened to any of my music. But yeah, that reminds me, bro. Yeah, I got to see him soon because he's sitting there with the rocker now, and I'm like, dang, he's getting old.
Yeah, trust me, I understand. It's important, but I'm glad that you had somebody, especially a male figure, that was able to kind of instill some value into you. And you said he worked the gold mines. You know,
Yeah,
that's deep right there. You
yeah,
know,
bro. He would be gone all day long, and like every day he would come home with like a Snickers or something like a soda, a bag of chips or something. You know what I mean? Like he was the sweetest old man, bro, that I could possibly ever thank. You know what I mean?
okay, yeah. So transitioning to more of the creative music side, you kind of got into music 11, 12, around that area where you first started writing. But what about the first time you fully laid down the song in the studio? Can you walk me through that?
Yeah, bro. So when I first laid my first track, you want to know like in the studio or just like period recording?
Both.
Yeah, bro. Okay. So I was going through this hard time, bro. Like I was on drugs again. I had relapsed. And this was about the time this was about the time after we adopted, because we adopted two kids, and
Okay.
I was having a really hard time dealing with all the extra things, you know what I mean, that I like the responsibilities.
Hmm.
I didn't know how to deal with all that. And I ended up relapsing and me and my wife separated, so we separated and I turned to music again, and this was about 2020, bro. This wasn't even too long ago. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
actually, I think it was 2019. I had found this application called BandLab, and
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about it, but I started messing around with it, and I seen that they had some like free beats on there and stuff. So I laid down this funky track, bro. It sounded funky as hell, but I went with it. You know what I mean? And you can find that on BandLab too. One of my first tracks. I wouldn't recommend listening to it, but yeah, bro. But then I don't know. I got the familiar with it, and I ended up writing this song that was called Labyrinth of My Mind.
Okay.
And this song was about all of the struggles that I was going through, like the ADHD, the mental breakdowns, you know, me feeling like I'm trapped in my own body, in my
Hmm.
mind. And you can find that that's on YouTube. That's on Spotify, all platforms right now. But that was the very first track that I ever put out. And it really meant something to me because at that time I was really finding my like who I really am, you know what I mean? And I like suck out. I went suck out to get help and all this and really try to tap in because I was about to lose everything. Everything that I ever built and worked for in my life was gonna be gone. You know what I mean? Over drugs, over something so petty. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I could say petty. It's just a hard thing to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But um so I wrote that song and it really meant a lot to me, man. And that's when I realized like I really need to start doing this. This is what I need to be doing. Cause if I don't do something with my life, I'm always gonna feel like I'm not good enough, you know what I mean? And I really had a hard time just dealing with who I was. And through music, man, I feel like it was through music and that song that I really found my grounding in who I was because I was able to get it out there, get my feelings out there, and get who I was out there and ride with it, you know.
No, that's real. I like what you said there. So it sounds like 2019, 2020, you started getting serious. Band labs, which apparently it, I heard about it years ago, but I never really messed with it, so I didn't really know what to expect. But it sounds like it's a really good platform to help build, you know, your sound and produce music.
Yeah.
And that's what got you into it. Um, and then it was therapeutic for you.
It was, yeah, bro. It was very therapeutic for me. It did help me out through a lot of my times. Well, not only that, because the platform was, you know, it was easy to for like new artists. It was really easy for new artists who didn't know what they was doing to
Hmm.
it's like a start like a stepping stool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it really did help me out build my sound and build my character through that platform. But yeah, it was very therapeutic for me, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so you mentioned oh, did we lose you? Well, if you just joined in with us, this is Talk with the Cannon. Got my man Big Ounce. If you want to be uh, a guest on the show, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a message, leave me a comment even, and that'd be awesome. If not, you can find me on Instagram at Cannon Cannon with the WITDA camera. Cannon with the camera. And that's on Facebook and Instagram as well. And on my YouTube, this is again Elevation Up Media is the platform. Talk with the Cannon is the podcast. Leave me a message, and I get back to you as soon as I can if you are interested in being on the show. I'm just going to give my boy a few minutes to make sure that he's good. Can you hear me? Big Ounce. We may have lost Big Ounce. Shout outs to my man E-Dub for doing the intro. Um, Shout outs to my last guest. It was Tinka Tiara. She did an awesome interview with me. I did Smack Adams. He did my first episode. Shout outs to him. I got a couple of other guests coming soon. D Black. I got D Black
There we
episode
go.
coming in soon. There we go. Got my man back.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what just happened there. That was weird.
No worries. You know, those things happen. But we were talking about you transitioning into music and then music being therapeutic for you. You were saying that was your first song, but you were gonna talk about you know, getting in the studio, what that process was like.
Yeah, bro. So like when I had figured out that I actually needed a real studio, I
Hmm.
started looking at like real equipment, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I was like, man, I really need to upgrade my sound here because it wasn't sounding right because I was doing everything off my iPhone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I really just need to get it going. So I did. I went out and bought me an interface. My wife actually, she supported the whole thing too, man. She went out and found me a dope ass laptop that supported, all kind of like different. I don't know. It was just a dope ass laptop. That's all I gotta say about that. And I had me like a keyboard, all the basic stuff to go with it. And I started doing music, bro. I started just putting it out there, and I did my first couple other tracks. Um, uh, I did my first one by myself. It's called Terrorize. I put that one out, and then later on, I went and put out another remix, and then another remix. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I did another one called it's called what's the name of that song? I can't remember the name of that song, bro. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, that
I
happens
got
to
too
me a
many,
lot.
bro. Difference, bro. It's called Difference.
Difference.
But
Okay.
yeah, bro, it's pretty dope. But I started with that, and I really didn't like how the audio came out. So I was like, man, I need better equipment. I need better equipment because I started hearing like how people need to up their quality and this and that.
Hmm.
So it got in my head, you know what I mean? So I spent all this time like gathering all this information, trying to get my quality better, and not even focusing on the music really. You know what I mean? When I should have been just like putting it all on the music. But I still had myself. I could say for that part, like I still was distracting myself from wanting to relapse again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was cool, But the only other thing is I wasn't making any money doing that.
And it's
So,
expensive to build all this put this equipment together too, isn't it?
bro, yeah, it is. Like it cost me like I'm not like thousands, bro. Like so, it's not it's
And
not
I'm
no
looking
funny
around
money.
here, and
Yeah,
you
man,
got,
it's
you
it's
got the
crazy,
paddock on the wall behind me. So, and it ain't
and that's the
it's the
cheapest
whole
thing.
room, you
You know what
know.
I'm saying? Like, man. But
And then
yeah,
you go through spending all this money, and then half the equipment you got, some of it you ain't even using at the moment. I'm looking at stuff that I could use. You know, sometimes it just
that's
takes too
weird,
much
bro.
to edit and hook up stuff and plug in stuff. When I like simple, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Just how we
yeah,
got this. This is beautiful, easy, quick and easy. But it's not about me. I wanted to get into. You've never done the actual traditional studio. You just ended up building your own.
yeah, bro. I did my own DIY studio, which I guess I could have did the interview in there, but it's so good. But
I
yeah,
mean,
I ended up. What's that?
I was saying you fine. It's where you are is a nice look, nice
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, so I ended up building my own studio, and I did that right in my own closet. You know what I mean? I have a little
Mhm.
walk-in closet, and the wife was cool with it too. I mean, I know how the women love their closets. You know what I mean? But she was all good with it as long as I could buy like an external closet that would fit all her things, and it looked
Yeah,
beautiful as hell too. So we all good with that. But yeah, I ended up learning how to build my own DIY studio, and it's man, I'll tell you what, man, for a DIY man, that's top notch, my guy. The sound quality is just, you know what I mean?
and that's what it's about you being good with your hands and you, you said early on you went to what was the school where you learned a trade at?
Oh yeah, man, I did Job Corps. I did
Yeah,
Job Corps for a
Job Corps
couple
help
years.
you with all that type of stuff. At least the fundamentals. Do you think that played a role having that
Actually,
hands-on experience?
actually, yeah, bro, because I my trade was painting, so that helped me with a little bit of knowing like the adhesive applications and stuff like that. But we also did like a little side little side thing. We were building a studio inside of the Job Corps facility
Oh,
anyway
for real?
at that time. So it was pretty familiar. I mean, similar to what I was doing in here. So yeah, I took some of those traits that I learned on how to build a studio and put it in my own DIY way. You know what I mean? So it's pretty dope though. And yeah, I appreciated the Job Corps facility for doing that for all the people that wanted to be artists. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah, it
that's
helped
dope.
me out a lot too. But yeah.
And now you produce your own beats too?
I'm learning. I'm
Okay.
learning that. No, I don't. I don't. I buy beats just like anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
trust me. I believe it. It's a whole
those
nother gig. It's a whole nother
those
gig.
bro, those get spendy too. You know what I mean? You end up spending a lot of money on that too. So that's why I'm in the process of trying to learn on my own stuff, so I don't have to spend all that extra money. And on top of it, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't get all that. I don't really want to get too deep into it, but you don't get all that. The back end royalties that you should be having, because when you releasing these beats out, you're only getting about what is it, like six to what is it, 6 to 4, something like that, or what's the
Mhm.
ratio, something like that, bro. And it's really not all that much, you know what I mean, when you think about it. But I
Especially when
mean,
you don't own the beat.
especially when you don't own the beat, yeah, you could be getting a lot more in the royalties, especially in your, like, I think your masters, because there are some people that take more than half of the masters, or you don't even own any of the masters. You know what I mean? So and
Mhm.
that could take a whole chunk of your royalties out right there, let alone,
I
you know what I'm
might
saying?
need to do an episode on the business part because a lot of people, believe it or not, I've done.
They're
You
clueless,
are
bro.
like my 10th interview over the last 90 days. And some of the people, when I talk offline, they pulling me aside like, bro, if you know something about the business side, let me know. And I'm like, okay. Some people don't have BMI or ASCAP. They don't even have, their name isn't
No MLT,
written,
no
no
nothing, bro.
LLC, nothing is done. If I was to come and still take their name and rap their verses over my own
It'd be
beats,
easy.
they wouldn't
It'd be
be able to
easy.
do anything to me
No,
because
because
they don't
they
even know
don't know
what
nothing
to
about
do.
their own copyright, no none of that, bro. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And it's crucial part. Like you must know this, because
If
if
you're
not,
not
you're
protected,
leaving a
you ain't
lot of
gonna
money on the
understand.
table, bro. And somebody else is getting that money. Like somebody else is definitely getting that money. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, for
I
sure.
do believe, yeah, there's a lot of people out there. It's a needed service. You know what I mean? So that
You
being
know,
said, man, I am opening up and launching a website for Merc One Mafia, my LLC label. That will explain all of that stuff. That will have classes and courses that'll help artists out finding out
keep me posted.
exactly.
I definitely promote that for you. You know what I mean? Keep me posted on that because
Yeah,
better
I
you than
appreciate that.
me. You know what I mean? I might even just do a quick little short video just for people to get that information. Um, but the reality of it is, if you have a program that's going to help people from start to finish to have all like legalese, as I like to say it,
Yeah,
um,
bro.
I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, bro. Because there is, like you said, man, there's a lot of artists out there that don't really know how much money they really leaving out there on the table, man. So
So I remember just before we got into talking about the business side, you mentioned a song called "Labyrinth in the Mind."
labyrinth
Pam,
of my
can you
mind.
yeah can you mention just a couple of give us a couple of bars and like break down a couple of bars from that if you know the song by her. Sometimes that's hard for some of us to do, but
Yeah,
if
bro. It is hard for me to do, but
just tell me a little bit more about that process. I know you were saying you went through the mental health situation far as PTSD and was it ADHD and just the struggle with that plus addiction. Like, was that what helped you formulate this particular song?
This particular song, yeah, it was yeah, bro, mixed within the bipolarness, bro, because I really had a lot of, like I said, I had a lot of rage, you know what I mean? And I didn't know how to, I didn't even know that there was something wrong with me, you know what I mean? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know there was something wrong with me. I thought people were just, I'm not the wrong one, you the wrong one, y'all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How can I possibly be, this is the way my life is, you know what I mean? But in reality, I was struggling with a couple mental illnesses that I didn't even realize, you know what I mean? And that's when that song struck up. I did it. It was I did. I felt like I was just battling myself, you know, like I was battling me and fighting for who I really was, fighting because I didn't want to prevail that. I didn't want to show who I really was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to I don't even think I wanted to know who I really was, you know, because I've been living this kind of life for a long time, and to realize that the way that I was living wasn't who I really wanted to be was kind of I don't know, man, how to explain it, but it's just a crazy like feeling, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's like a war inside my own head, and I couldn't control none of it, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't control any of the fact that I had these illnesses. So when I did go to get help, it did help me calm that thought down and slow that thought process down to be able to write this song. And I realized all the things that I was doing and all the things that I put my family and my close ones to, was based off of the mental illnesses, you know what I mean? So I wrote that song based off of all that. But yeah.
Oh, that's deep right there. Can you walk me through your writing process? Do you like hear a beat and then start writing, or do you write your lyrics and then start shopping for beats? How does that work for you?
I listen to a beat. I'll listen to the beat first, and I resonate with it, and I let it make me like help me feel some type of way, whatever I feel. You know what I mean? I'll start writing to that. But don't let me lie to you, bro. I don't even really write music. I haven't picked up a pen in like I don't even know how long, bro. So I'll just rap it or I'll sing it while I'm recording, and then I will look through a dictionary off of based off of like if I liked where I landed with the words, I'll find a simile word to make it
Hmm.
sound, you know what I mean, better than the freestyle that I just spit, you know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
I'll reword it to my liking. If I didn't like it, then I'll reword it. If I like the phrase but didn't like how I spit it, I reword it, and then so on and so forth until I have a whole song.
Okay, so you do a lot of punching in.
Yeah, I do that.
You know, a lot of. I think that's dope that you can do that. Um, what DAW of choice are you using for our technical guys out here?
Yeah, bro. So the easiest one that I find to use is there's two of them that I use. It's Cubasis, either
Okay.
Cubasis or Bitwig. Bitwig has been like one of the easiest ones that you could possibly use, and it's really easy on your workflow too. It makes things a
Really?
lot quicker. I think so anyway. That's just my preference. You know what I mean? Anybody could say something else, but that's what I think. Yeah.
So Cubase is pretty popular. I'm gonna look into the you said Bitwig.
Bitwig, yeah.
I'm
And
gonna check that out.
I think they had Dog of the Year last year. So
Interesting. So for me,
mhm.
the two that I know how to use and I feel like I'm proficient, or three, is years ago I used to mess with Cool Edit Pro. That was
Oh
the one
yeah, I
that I used to
remember
get. I got that off LimeWire when it was free. And I still got a copy of
that.
that somewhere. I don't use it
Yeah, you
anymore,
still
but
talk about that line wire, bro.
and then it evolved into something called Adobe Edition, which is also a
Okay,
part
yeah.
of the Adobe Creative Suite. I have that now. I just don't use it. But FL Studio, a lot of people make beats in that, but I think I'm the most proficient, and I can pretty much operate and use the industry standard. You know what that is? That's
Pro Tools and yeah.
exactly. I use
Hmm.
Pro Tools. So and then, but I don't. Well, offline, I'll let you hear something so you can hear how I'm coming. But I don't really, like I said, I can rap. I just don't. Um, from time to time, I might got a little song I want to put together. 'Cause I heard a beat. I still listen to
So
instrumentals in my car and all that, play around. But I let the professionals do that. And I feel like on the back end, I'm more of an auxiliary guy.
there you go. There you go.
I like the camera. I like producing the content. I like helping other people build. So I'm like somebody. If this was the Baltimore Ravens, I'd be in the back room putting together.
Bro, I mean, if that's where your money right, you know what I mean? To roll with that, you know what I'm saying? So
You got to.
kudos to you, bro. Yeah.
You got to, and you never know. I might put out a little something for myself later on.
There you go.
I got music. I'm not looking to release it. Like my friends and close associates have probably heard me rap. I've been a part of ciphers. You know, I've been
I
in a
heard
lot
you
of
rap.
different
I
studios.
heard your stuff, bro. I think you spit that
I
fire,
forgot
you
I
know what
was
I
just
mean?
on there. I forgot. I forgot that I was on there with you. I forgot about that until
No,
you
but
just put it.
that was a fun session though, bro. I had a lot of fun.
That's what's up, bro, and I appreciate you. And so, is that something you're going to be doing periodically on your own platform?
Yeah, every Saturday, 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, I'll just be doing the artist showcase is what it is. It's basically a talent show to all genres. I don't It doesn't matter if you rapper, if you play guitar, you play piano, you're a singer, songwriter, or even if you have something that you already wrote. It doesn't matter like what it is. You want to freestyle it, you have something you already done, you want to showcase it, come on and show it off. You know what I mean?
Make sure you inbox me that so that I can promote that on that day because I have artists that will probably be interested. I don't mind supporting, or even if you want to do one major one, maybe we can use this platform to put it on YouTube as well, just to
Yeah.
cross promote. We'll figure
Yeah,
that
that's
out, the
fair.
logistics of that out
I appreciate you,
when we
bro.
get a chance. Yeah, come on, man. It's about building. You know, it's music is one of them things that draws people together. And then,
Absolutely.
I like what you said. Big Ounce stands for. Tell me what that stands for again.
One United Nation collaborating with everybody.
One United Nation collaborating with everybody, and that's something that I think is important, and I think that's how music should be. The
That's
collaboration, because you know some of the best food are collaborations between like Texas and Mexico. They call that Tex-Mex. You got
Tex Mex.
uh yeah, you got infused French infused food. You got I'm Haitian, so you mix Haiti and France together, you got a specific type of cuisine. You got a lot of different Creole food out in Louisiana and New Orleans that people have. It's fusion food. You mix African culture with other cultures. You get a lot of different seasonings. Asian food is the same way.
Yeah,
Personally,
bro.
I'm really big on food, so I feel like this is the music equivalent to that, and
I
I just
hear you, bro.
applaud you for
Yeah.
having a name like that.
That's like that. That's like that Lil Wayne type, bro. Like he be jumping on everybody's, thing just randomly, random music. And it turns out to be a really good jam every single time he do that. You know what I mean? And I feel like if everybody just do that same thing, bro, like what you
Mhm.
was talking about, you end up with a really good meal. You know what I mean? You just end up with a really good song. And not only that, but you're showing the love for everybody and everybody's in it. Then it's like a pay it forward type thing, you know what I mean? Just for
Mhm.
the love, you know what I'm saying? So I really do I believe in it too, bro.
For sure. Now, show wise, what's the scene out there music wise? Is there a lot of places to perform?
There's a lot of places to perform family wise, but I would say like if you have a lot of vulgar music,
Hmm.
you got a couple spots out here that do throw concerts and stuff, but they're not like huge or nothing, you know what I mean? So there'd be a lot of open mic nights since this town is actually based and built off of art. So it's more welcoming in this town and everybody loves the music. They love the hip hop
Hmm.
music. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from a little town. You would expect more country riders and anything, but this town
Hmm.
they love all types of music here, which I love, and the people are so
So there's an
lovely and
underground
welcoming.
music scene in general there.
There is a little bit, yeah. There is a little bit. Like I know a couple artists out here that throw some shows and stuff. You know what I mean? And they do their thing out here, and they in the hip hop genre, the underground, type scene.
Mhm.
But it's not a whole lot of it. Yeah.
How would you how would you classify your own music for a new listener? Let's say if I was a new listener and I was looking to find your music. How do you classify your own music? What's your niche or genre?
I would say like, I, man, I've been having a hard time finding that. I would say like maybe West Coast or boom bap.
Okay, okay. That's a good area to be in. I would say so from based on what I have heard so far.
Yeah.
That's a good um and if you could collaborate with anybody that has already made it like mainstream artists, who would that be? Alive or dead?
Jay Mills, bro.
Jay Mills?
Yeah, Millsy, bro.
JAEMILLZ
Yeah,
from Harlem used to be one
yeah,
of Glow.
bro. I love that, bro.
Yo, Jay Mills
He's
was my man back in the day. I'm so
yeah,
glad
man.
you said
Millsy,
that.
he go crazy on them freestyle battles, bro. Oh, that's one of my favorites, man. Like
I've been listening
that
to him
artist
for
right
years.
there. He really be hustling out there big. You know what I mean? And I don't think he got I don't think he got the praise that he deserved. You know what I mean? Out there, but yeah, bro.
When he
Millsy,
signed,
my
I think what happened with him is when he signed the Young Money, I think that's what kind of hurt his career because
yeah,
I don't know if it hurt his pockets, but leading up to that point when he did that,
Green
uh,
Goblin, bro.
yeah, he did. I've been listening to him since probably 2002 or before that. Like when he big in my trouble or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
that shit was off the hook.
So
I
I've been
couldn't
listening
believe
to him
that.
since then, and then he did a lot of freestyles. He used to be like wanna what? Like
Yeah,
he dropped
bro.
that no no no, that was like his first song. Oh, them gangsters in the Buster stacking bucks get up. All my Trinities in West Indies. I know a lot of his music. Like a lot of people, Jay Mills used to be one of my favorite rappers growing up. Like
Bro, me
like
too.
one of
Yeah.
my favorite rapper of all time was Jadakiss. Jay Mills was like my favorite underground rapper. My favorite battle rapper was Reed Dollars early on. So
Reed
then,
Dollars, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
he be getting out there too. Yeah, man.
yeah,
That's
they used to get
crazy.
off back in the day. So I'm
That's
from the
crazy.
East Coast, so all these places 2 or 3 hours away from me. So I got I probably in my car, even though I don't have a CD player anymore. But I got CD cases still in my new cars don't come with CD players, but I
No,
got
they
a CD
don't,
case
bro.
with all my old Philly, Harlem, Dipset. I was a Joel Santana fan. So
Jules
okay, but
Santana, bro. Yeah, I fucks with
so,
Jules.
so you like Jay Mills. I know Eminem, one of your goats. Name a couple
Yeah.
of other artists.
Man, I got Sneak the Keek. I used to listen to a lot.
Okay.
Uh I used to listen to a lot of Playing with My Nose. I'll be playing with my nose. I don't know if you know that jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember who his name was, but I used to listen to a lot of that. And then I used to get down on some CeeLo Green too, man. Like
Oh yeah, CeeLo out of Atlanta.
yeah, bro, like his music really be catchy too, man. And I used to get down on a lot of that
I
too,
can
but
see you doing that because there's a song that I heard with you and Anxious Money where you do a little bit of singing on the end of that joint.
yeah, bro, I do
Yeah.
a little bit of singing too. I got a little bit of pipe on me, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna talk a little bit about that too much, but yeah, bro, I be listening to I like Usher, you know what I mean? Usher was dope, Neo, bro, like you know what I mean? I be listening to all those artists, but I think my top, I say like top three, bro, would be Eminem,
Hmm.
bro, all time, but like it's gotta be Millsy, bro, and 50 Cent, bro, like off top.
When you
My
say
top
Millsy, you talking about the new artist Millsy? He's like newer.
nah, J Mills, bro. I
Okay,
love that
okay,
kid,
got you,
bro.
got you.
Yeah.
Because there's an artist named Millsy now. But okay, yeah, yeah, J Mills, man. All his old mixtapes. He got a song with him and I Seem. That I'm
bro.
I
They
might
go
have to
hard,
send you a
bro.
couple of joints. That's my
Yeah,
guy.
dude. Yeah, I
That's
love
my guy.
Eminem, man. And I gotta say, like 50 Cent, because like he's the most underrated like rapper, bro. Like he never got like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he
and
wasn't known for
he's
being
just
super
relentless, bro. Like
lyrical.
he don't quit. You know what I mean? That
Hmm.
motherfucker stay hustling no matter what. So I really admire that. It inspires me to do the same thing. Never quit, never give up, never stop, no matter what happens. I mean, this fool's been bankrupt. You know what I mean? And still
Hmm.
came up. I mean, he been blackmailed for like a sex tape and still fucking. You know what I mean? Like he's
Hmm.
still building on his game, and no matter what happens, no matter what they throw at him.
Now, name a few producers that you know sonically you like. All right, I got my rappers I like, but what producers do you got on that?
For one, bro, I really like right now. I really fucks with Adrian Wood, Anno Domini.
Oh yeah, I know Anno Domini. Okay,
Yeah, bro, I really fucks with Anno Domini right now. My main producer that I'm going through is Ryan E Beats. I don't know if you heard of him.
that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, Ryan E Beats, bro. Like he's pretty dope, and he really plays into the country rap theme that's going on
Okay,
right
yeah,
now. Yeah, so
okay.
he got a lot of beats that like play into that, and I might have to switch my mode up because it seemed like people were really liking that stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
that country music is coming back strong.
bro, yeah, especially that genre, especially you know what I mean, the country rap. I'm like, okay,
Yo,
I might
yeah,
I
you
might
right.
mess with it, bro. If it's gonna bring me some attention and some eyes to my plate, you know what I mean? Why not?
And sonically, if you can pull it off, go for it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it just shows that you know what I mean. That you're an artist. If you can rap or write or sing anything, really, you know what I mean. It just shows your artistic side of things, and I feel like if I can do that, then why not? You know what I'm saying? So there's Ronnie Beats, there's Adrian Wood, and I don't know, man.
What about
I
the big?
really thought. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what about some of the big names like
Yeah,
Timberland?
I was
And
just gonna
then,
say, bro, Timberland's dope, bro, but I don't know if I really fucks with his beat. I don't want to say that too much, but
no, I
um,
mean you don't. I mean you got your preferences. Some
yeah,
people
bro,
DJ
but
Premier.
I think like Kanye West, bro, like his stuff was like really dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was doing his producing stuff,
Ye was my
but
man.
right now, yeah, bro, but right now, like, man, that's hard to say, because I don't really be listening too much industry stuff. You know what I mean?
And I'm so
Um,
too.
I think Swizz, bro.
Swizzy, yeah,
Swizzy
yeah,
is pretty dope, bro. Yeah, I
yeah,
really,
for
I
sure.
really mess with Swizzy. I think that's for the mainstream industry producers. That's who I be ride with.
Okay, listen, let me ask you a few more questions before we wrap up. But this is good. We gotta do it. Maybe do a part two in a few months.
Okay.
Um, if you, let's say for instance, 60 years from now, you didn't position yourself and you together. How would you want your music legacy to be remembered?
What do you mean, like if I passed?
I mean, or you could just be retired.
Okay. Um. Yeah, bro. That's a good question, man. I didn't even think about that. That's a real good one. I guess. I guess just through the love, bro. Through the passion. Through the you know what I mean, bringing people up. That's how I wanted it to be remembered, like that, because that's what I'm about, bro. I've never been a man to bring somebody down, but I will be falling and try to bring somebody up with me. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I just hope that like my music is shared through that motion. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's where I hope that my music would be, remembered as a unite the culture and the love and to pay that forward. You know what I mean?
I like where you going with that. And then to go with that question, if you had the opportunity to go back in time and I guess like leave your younger self some advice, what kind of advice would you give your younger self?
Not a damn thing, bro. I mean, because if you think about it, I go back in time and tell myself some stuff, I wouldn't be where I'm at and who I am. You know what I mean? So I really
No,
can't
that's
say
fact.
I go back in time and change anything or try to change anything because I really appreciate my life and I really love the things that are happening in my life. I love my family. I love all the fans that follow me. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't be doing all the things that I'm doing here today, I think, if I told myself, hey, you need to learn some new things right here. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
um, I really just got a lot of love for what's happening in my life right now, is why. But yeah.
No, that's real. That because ultimately saying anything different would put you on a different course. So
That's right.
that makes sense. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my man's Anxious Money. I want to give a shout out to Money Yo. Money Yo, thanks you for putting me on that Mag article. I want to give a shout out to I want to give a shout out to my mama, even though we ain't on talking terms either way. I love you. You already know the business. And I really like to give a shout out to my wife for always being a support for me and always being there to back me up through the thick and thin, no matter what. You know what I mean? And obviously, shout out to Cannon for having me on this show here, man. I appreciate you.
Hey man, thank you for being a guest on the show. Don't forget to let everybody know where they can find your music at and where they can find your show that comes on Saturday so that they can be about it part of the show showcase.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, y'all can find me on any platform, Apple, uh, I'm sorry, Spotify, YouTube. You can find me on IG at Official Ounce. That's the same with TikTok. Um, I'm also on. Yeah, I think that's it. But I do have my platform on Saturdays. I do the I'm sorry, the artist showcase. I was just gonna call it a freestyle, but it's not a freestyle. It's just an artist showcase on Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. and that's Mountain Standard Time. So if y'all want to tune in, go ahead and tune in on IG. And yeah, I can't wait to see y'all.
Okay, as always, talk with the Cannon, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon for the latest and greatest. If you're interested in being a guest, you can inbox me on Instagram at Cannon with the camera. That's CannonWitda camera. CAMERA. Cannon with the camera. Instead of with the, it's with the camera. So
You know,
you already know. You already know we in the mix. This was my man, Big Ounce, One United Nation. What's the last part?
collaborating with everybody.
Collaborating with everybody. Big Ounce. I appreciate you, everybody. Until
Yes,
next
sir.
time, we out. Peace.
That's dope. How'd I get out of here?